A few things were very successful, a few things were not so much, but then all of a sudden something hit and it went big. Hey guys, so a lot of times when I explain my 18-month journey to people and tell them how I'm going to start multiple companies to achieve my goal of $1 million in passive income, they always say, wouldn't it just make more sense to just start one company, focus on it, make it the best, and have that grow? You know, that makes sense. You know, of course, if you're very passionate about something, that's a good route to take. It's always kind of what we're taught. You know, we're taught to focus on one thing, you know, practice at it, make it better and better, and watch it grow. But, you know, as an entrepreneur, and since I have a background in venture capital, I want to give you guys a little different perspective. So for a couple of years, I was working at a venture capital firm where I dealt with the ultra wealthy. And then the mentality that they had is they wanted to invest in at least 10 companies, knowing that 9 of them were probably going to fail. But that one had the potential of a 10 to 20 to 30 times return. So by placing different investments in different types of companies and spreading them out into different industries, they were actually mitigating their risks. So to them, it was a lot less risky by investing in 10 different companies than into one stock that had a solid history, because the potential for return was much bigger, and they knew that 1 out of 10 is a pretty good odds that a company might make some money. You know, of course, they didn't always make money, but I've seen situations where we did see 30 to 40 times return come back, and they made way more money than they lost. So in that mentality, and since, you know, I do have a passion for building businesses, for marketing new businesses, the way that I'm approaching this is by having at least 10 different ideas that I want to build. I want to build them up big enough that I can show a proof of concept. Once I have that proof of concept, I'll be marketing it to the target audience. But during this marketing process, I'll be actually testing different demographics, different ad types, you know, different creatives, and on different platforms. Once I do that, and these are going to be small tests, they're not going to be tens of thousands of dollars, maybe a few $1,000s in each one, just to see what type of response I get. That way I could determine if there's even an interest in the product or service that I'm offering. If I do see a little bit of interest, I'll tweak the ads, spend a little bit more money, invest a little more into the presentation of the product, and go again. If I continue to see traction, I'm going to divert a lot of focus onto that product. So more of my time will be spent on that. I'll allocate some resources within the office, maybe hire a few people, make a few connections to see if we can make that grow. So a lot of people, when I say I'm starting 10 different businesses, they freak out. Because, you know, typically the way somebody builds a business is, you know, they'll get a loan, they'll get an office, they'll put everything together, they'll have their team ready, then they'll do their marketing, then they'll kind of figure out how they're going to do fulfillment, all this prior to launch. No, that's not the way that we're going to approach this. The way we're approaching it is by doing small experiments. And I can't take credit for this completely, because I did speak with Alex Mayer, who is actually the founder of MentorBox, and he let me know that this is the best type of process to figure out what works. You know, I heard his story, and he tried a lot of different things. You know, a few things were very successful, a few things were not so much, but then all of a sudden something hit and it went big, and another thing went big. So you would never figure out what's going to make it big if you don't try multiple things. It's like the saying goes, you know, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Again, if you're very passionate, if you have a huge passion about solving a problem in the world, then do it. Make that your goal. But it's not about the business at that point. It's more about solving that problem. And that's fine. But in this scenario, since I have a time frame of 18 months, I have a goal, which is to create $1 million income with that time. I need to create this more of a business, not about passion. And in business, we need to try different things, see what works. When it works, pump some money into it, pump some effort into it, and watch it grow. So I hope you guys kind of see the different types of mentality that you can have when running a business. And pretty soon we're going to be launching our first product and seeing if we're going to get some revenue out of it. So stay tuned. Please follow and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later.